A magician doesn't have faster hands than you. Think about that for a second. He's not quicker than you. His fingers aren't magic. He just decides where you look. He points your eyes at his right hand and does the whole trick with his left, right out in the open, while you stare straight at it. Dani Olmo is a magician, and this goal against France is the trick. 58th minute, World Cup semifinal. Spain are one up. France have almost every player behind the ball, packed into their own box. There is no space. None. 11 of the best defenders on the planet standing in a wall. And then Olmo does the most boring thing on the pitch. A simple pass, a little 1-2 with his fullback. And a hole opens up where, 1 second earlier, there was nothing at all. Spain score, 2-0. They're going to the final. Now here's what I want you to sit with. By the end of this video, you're going to realize the exact same trick gets run on you. Not on a football pitch, in your job, in your arguments, in how you spend your whole day. You fall for it constantly, and you never catch it. So stay with me. Because most people watched that goal and said one of two things. They said great finish, or they said great assist. And both of them missed what actually happened. The goal was not created by that pass. Let me say that again because it sounds wrong. The final pass did not create the goal. What created the goal was where 11 French defenders were looking. And I need to be straight with you because this is the part that should unsettle you a little. This wasn't a Hollywood moment. Olmo didn't dribble past 3 men. He didn't do a single thing you'd put on a highlight reel. He played one simple pass to a fullback running past him. That's it. Something that ordinary took apart one of the best defenses in the world. And once you see how, you can't unsee it. So let's talk about your brain. Because your brain has a bug, and France just paid for it live on television. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Your brain is not a camera. It does not record everything in front of it. It can't. There's way too much world and not nearly enough brain. So instead of recording, it does something much cheaper. It predicts. It guesses where the most important thing is, and it aims a kind of spotlight at that one spot. Whatever the spotlight lands on, you see in sharp detail. Everything else goes dark. You think you're seeing the whole field. You're seeing the circle of light, and you are blind to the rest. Want to feel it for yourself? There's a famous experiment. People watch a video of players passing a basketball, and they're told to count the passes. Easy job. Halfway through, a person in a full gorilla suit walks right into the middle of the screen, stops, beats their chest, and strolls off. It's on screen for 9 whole seconds. And about half the people counting passes never see the gorilla at all. Not kind of missed it, never saw it. A gorilla in the middle of the screen. That's not stupidity. That is just how attention works. When your spotlight is locked onto one thing, an obvious thing standing right next to it can vanish. Now put 11 defenders on a pitch. They share that same bug, and Dani Olmo knows exactly how to aim their spotlight. So watch the trick in slow motion. It has 4 moves. Move 1, aim the spotlight. Olmo drops into that little pocket of space between France's midfield and their defense, and he asks for the ball. And the instant it arrives at his feet, every French defender reaches the same conclusion at the same time. He's the danger. He's the one near our goal. Watch him. Their attention snaps onto Olmo like a spotlight closing to a point. And in that exact moment, the fullback starting his run out wide becomes the gorilla. He is right there in plain sight, and nobody is watching him. They weren't beaten by speed. They handed their attention over for free. Move 2, feed the prediction. Here's what those defenders are doing without knowing it. They are not reacting to what Olmo does. They're reacting to what they predict he'll do. A player that good, that close to goal, they've already preloaded 3 predictions. He's going to shoot, or dribble, or thread a killer ball through the middle. Their bodies get ready for those 3 things. So Olmo does the one thing they did not prepare for, the boring thing, the simple pass back and out wide. They were beaten by their own predictions. Move 3, let them lean. This is the part that looks like nothing and is actually the entire skill. Olmo doesn't rush. He holds the ball one extra beat, just long enough, because he is waiting for those defenders to commit their weight toward him. And here's the cruel little law of the human body. A body that has committed cannot change direction for free. Once you've leaned in, once your weight is traveling one way, reversing it takes time you do not have. So Olmo waits for the lean, and the moment their momentum tips toward him, he sends the ball the other way. The pause was the skill, not the pass, the pause. Move 4, now the space appears. And here's the beautiful part, the math part. Nothing happened to the ball. Nothing. The ball didn't get faster or smarter. What changed was angles. When those defenders all shifted toward Olmo, they changed the angle of every line on that pitch. And a passing lane that was sealed shut 1 second earlier is suddenly wide open. Spain did not create space by moving the ball. They created space by moving the defenders. Picture the whole French defense as a net, a web all connected, perfectly balanced. Pull every strand toward one corner, toward Olmo, and the net doesn't simply move. It goes slack somewhere else. And here's the trap. No single defender made a mistake. Not one of them was lazy or slow or stupid. Each one did something completely reasonable, but the system tipped from balanced to broken, and a gap opened that no one person is guilty for. You can't even point a finger. The fullback runs into the space that just appeared, takes the return, and slides it low past the keeper. Goal. And if you're wondering why the defenders don't just ignore Olmo next time, here's the answer, and it's the whole reason he is so dangerous. If Olmo always passed, they'd stop respecting him and mark the runner instead. If he always shot, the lane would never open. His power is that you cannot know which one it will be. He forces every defender to guard 3 futures at once. And a brain guarding 3 things guards none of them well. Now step back and look at the whole match, because this one goal is the entire game in miniature. You'd assume Spain battered France, had the ball all night, 70% possession. They didn't. Spain had 51% of the ball. That is their lowest share in a World Cup match in more than 20 years. And France? France produced the fewest chances they have ever produced in a World Cup game. Ever. The lowest expected goals in their entire World Cup history. So Spain did not win by dominating the ball. They won by deciding where France looked, all night long, and then striking where France wasn't looking. That trick has a name. It's called misdirection. And now I need to show you the part I promised at the start. Because the same trick is being run on you, right now, in 3 ways. 1. You guard the loudest threat, and you lose to the quiet one. Your attention is a spotlight with a limited budget, exactly like those defenders. So you aim all of it at the scary, obvious thing. The competitor everyone's talking about. The angry email. The fire that's burning today. And while you stare at it, the real problem grows quietly in the channel you stopped watching. Your spotlight isn't your strength, it's your weak spot. Because whoever gets to decide where you point it owns you. 2. You lean and you can't get back. Remember move 3. The lean. You do it with people and plans, not just with your body. You commit to a story about someone. He's lazy. She's against me. This is the plan that works. And once you have leaned into that read, turning around costs you time you don't have, and life plays the ball into the space your commitment left wide open. What Olmo showed, waiting, staying balanced 1 extra beat before he committed, that is a life skill. Don't lean until you have to. 3. And this is the one that stays with me. The most important thing that happened in that goal never showed up in the numbers. Go look at the box score. It credits the fullback with the goal. It might credit Olmo with the assist, but the thing that actually won it, the aiming of 11 minds, has no column, no number, nowhere. And your life is full of these invisible assists. The person who set the whole thing up and got none of the credit. The quiet decision 3 weeks ago that made today's win possible. We hand the headline to whoever happened to be standing there at the end. We almost never see the one who moved everyone's attention. So here's the ask. Learn to see the invisible assist in other people, and learn to make peace with being it, sometimes, yourself. So no, you didn't watch a great pass tonight. You watched a magic trick. And the trick was your own attention. The hands were never the point. The looking was. So the next time you are completely certain you're watching the real danger, that you have got your eye on the thing that matters, I want you to ask the one question those 11 French defenders never got the chance to ask. Who decided where I'm looking?